want to make a quick video on some of the basics when it comes to angles and peeking in Valorant. The beta's only been out for a few days now, so obviously a lot of new players are coming to the game. So I haven't seen a lot of content on YouTube about this yet, so I wanted to get something out there to help as many new players as possible. So I come from CS, Siege, a lot of other competitive shooters as well. I've got a lot of time into those, so I feel like I've got a pretty good understanding of what I'm going to talk about today. So without further ado, we'll get right into it. So we're going to go ahead and start out on a bomb, playing right behind default, which is this right here. So this is a good spot to play because you can watch A short and bathrooms at the same time. So we'll show you both examples here. So basic law of holding angles. We'll start with holding angles and then we'll move on to peeking. So holding angles is something you're going to do more on the defense side than you will on the offense side. So I want to hold A short. How do I do that? Well, I see a lot of people play up close to the box like this. You're not going to want to do this because you're exposing a lot of the right side of your body to the people coming on A short. You're just making yourself an easier target to hit, right? Now, at the same time, you don't want to play from all the way back here because now you're exposing yourself to showers. So you're going to want to find somewhere in the middle, right? Something like this is going to be ideal. You're protected over by showers, but you're also a little bit further away, so you're not exposing that much of your body to A short. So you've got forward and backwards. You've also got left to right. I'm not going to want to hold an angle like this because, for one, if they push down through here, I'm not even going to be able to see that. And two, if they do push and go into that corner back here, I'll show you what that looks like. So if they go into this corner right here, there's no way that my reaction time is going to be quick enough to pick up that kill if I'm holding an angle this tight, right? So now, if they push into that corner and you try to be quick enough, and maybe you get a couple of shots off on them, well, now all you've done is given away your position. And now you've got to relocate, which is not what you want to do because this is a really strong spot to defend from. So what we're going to want to do is play somewhere in between. I like to block off the boxes here because you can get wall banged through these. So you're going to play something like this. And now if they get aggressive and try to push over into there, or they wide peek, if need be, I can just retreat back behind the boxes, right? So, but I like to see if they're going to come swinging around from boxes so they don't sneak past me down and over into here. So this is the type of angle that I would play on this. Again, protected from bathrooms, holding a good angle, not too close, not too far, not too far to the right, not too far to the left, and then crosshair at head level always. So now let's flip back over to bathrooms. So if I want to hold bathrooms instead of short, again, same laws apply. I'm not going to want to hold this because I'm exposing myself to A short, so I'm going to want to get a little bit closer. That's good. And then not too far to the left and not too far to the right, right? Something like this is what I would hold. Because again, if they swing wide and come out of my field of view over there, I've still got options. I can challenge it if I want to, and I've got the element of surprise at that point, or I can retreat back behind boxes. So now let's use the same bomb site, but flip and look at it from the perspective of the attacking side. So when you are on offense, you're going to use the same principles of holding an angle while you're peeking, but you're adding another layer on top of it, right? So let me show you a quick example. This is what I see a lot of people do. I'm playing A main, going into bathrooms, and I want to flush out onto site and get bombed down, right? This is how I'll see a lot of people do it. So there's a couple things wrong with that. The first is that it was essentially just lazily sweeping, right? I'm not being thorough and checking every angle. I'm just sweeping and waiting for myself to see somebody and then hoping that I can be quicker when it comes to getting the shot off first, right? Which realistically isn't going to happen. The other thing is that my crosshair was down here most of the time. Again, you got to get that up. Got to get that crosshair up. So I'll show you an example of what I would do in the same situation, right? So you can still Shift W onto sight, and you're just going to slowly and methodically check your angles, right? So when I'm peeking this, I'm kind of jiggle peeking a little bit, right? So when I'm not holding shift, this is what it would look like. When I'm holding shift, it would look something like this. So this is just keeping your mobility. It's making yourself a little bit harder of a target to hit. And now when we crest over into bathroom door, obviously we're going to present ourselves to more angles. So when we talked about the law of angles earlier in the video, that same logic is going to apply to whenever you're peeking anything as an attacker. So right now I want to peek this door. I'm not peeking it from up here, and my back isn't up against the wall either, because I'm going to lose mobility if my back is up against the wall. I'm not going to be able to jiggle peek as easily. So somewhere in between, crosshair at head level. I'm not peeking this far out either. That's an important note as well. I see a lot of that too. So just again, just a simple, reasonable peek. Same laws apply as on defense. It would look something like this, right? And if you want to do that faster and catch the defenders off guard, then you don't have to hold shift, obviously. You can do something like this. Okay. Now you just got to keep in mind you're going to be making noise when you do that. So if you're trying to sneak onto sight, it's not going to be the best way to do it. So now we've cleared all the way up to door. Now I want to do a little exercise here and show you how many angles you're exposed to when you crest through door, right? So you've got right here behind this box, behind truck, right here, and this box behind left side of default, right side of default, left side of heaven, right side of heaven, little nook back here, and then I'm gonna say boxes. I was thinking about bench. Maybe sometimes somebody's playing like right here, but they obviously can't get a shot off from right here. I don't know if you can wallbang this or not. Probably you can. Yep. So be careful there too. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 angles just from one spot, right? So what we're gonna do when we're on offense is we're gonna clear every single angle one at a time. This is called isolating your angles or isolating your kills, whatever you want to call it. Right, so the first one we're gonna watch, we're gonna go from left to right. So the first one we're gonna watch is right behind truck. It's gonna be this guy right here. Right, so that's what it's gonna look like. Okay, I never once exposed myself to more than one angle at a time, and that's the idea behind this. Focus on one enemy at a time, and you're gonna have a much higher success rate when it comes to surviving, getting bombed down, getting kills, all of that. Okay, so let's look at the same premise but over on A short. So it's another popular spot to attack A from, and why this is such a powerful area to hold is that you've got control of portals as well, so it doesn't allow the defenders to rotate through here. And on top of that, if things get dicey over on A, you can take the portal over and make a B play. Okay, so obviously you can play A short from here or here. I'm going to be playing it from the left side for this example. So the first spot I'm going to want to check is right on the side of boxes right here. Okay. Sometimes you'll have somebody playing there or there. It's not very common though. You can check it if you want, but again, not that common. That back corner right there, people like to hold. So I've got 1, 2, 3, and then 4. Okay. This little nook right here is where your utility is going to come into play. It's really the most advantageous way to clear that out, in my opinion. That's besides the point. So now you've moved up to boxes. first place I'm going to check is left side of heaven, right? So you got 1, 2. After that, you're going to have truck boxes and default. And then the other side of default, and then these boxes right here. I'm not really sure what to call this, but a lot of people will hide up in there. It's a really cheeky place to get some kills. And then obviously in this corner too. It's a little bit deceiving because it looks like it's kind of cut off here, and then you really see how much deeper it goes. So show you that again. Alright, so those are the basic laws of peeking and holding angles in Valorant. If you guys have any other questions, you want me to make a certain type of video, please feel free to let me know. I've got no problem making those. But until then, I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.